listening to the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, my visionary dreamers. This is Adrian, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bull. And you are viewing or listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show. And I just want to thank all the viewers, all the listening for tuning in today. Thank you guys. I love you so much. And today I have a special guest, a good friend of mine. We go way back. He goes by the name of Solo. Used to be in a group called Brother, an R&B group way back in the day. They were signed to Cashmoney, and he decided to just go the gospel route. Currently, he is an up-and-coming gospel artist, doing great things. He is doing various appearances on different shows, magazines. He's appearing in magazines. And just look out for this guy. He is thebomb.com. I mean, he is the next big gospel singer. So today, our topic also is smile. You're being recorded. Smile. You are being recorded. And what I mean by that is, with everything we do and every day, there is the man up above or the woman up above or whoever you pray to always looking over us. So we can't always just want to pray about when everything is all good and smile when everything is all good. We have to learn how to smile when things are not going our way as well. Mm-hmm. So me and Solo, we're going to have a conversation about that along with us finding out more about Solo. Right. So Solo, tell us about what's going on with you. Tell the visionary dreamers, about Solo. We want to get to know you. What is going on with Solo today? What are the things that you're doing? And just take us through your journey from Brother, the R&B group, to Solo, the gospel artist.
Man, it depends how long you have, because that's a long time. What's up, Atlanta? What's up?
Right, ATL. Oh, and he's from my hometown, Philadelphia, in the building.
Yes, much respect to Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's all good. You know what I mean? Lennox Mall, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
Well, early on, being in an R&B group, we were blessed to out of all the hard work that we put in, we was able to strike our first record deal in 1993. That was with Electra Records at that time.
Okay, that's right. Y'all did have another deal. Go ahead.
Right. So that was with our big brother Vincent Herbert. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Vincent. He had 3 boys from Newark, from New Jersey. Vincent Herbert produced records for numerous people in New York. I mean, you name it, Joya, Into You. He did a whole lot of artists. So we got signed to East West. Sylvia Rome was the president. And that sparked Brother to put out Ghetto Love. And, we did the tours with Brownstone, Janae, Kwame. That was the start of us being in the industry. So after that, maybe like 96, things were kind of moving just a little slow over East West. So we decided to make another move. And that move, it was a short move, and that move was Sony. Mm-hmm. It was a very short move, and that was with our other big brother, Un. Mm-hmm. And Un had Cameron. So, we was able to do a couple songs on Cameron's album, us and Mace. Mm-hmm. But even that was short-lived too. So, that lets you know that the music industry is ever so changing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all listen up. Atlanta, y'all listen up. Y'all are inspiring rappers and singers and dancers and business. Right. It's ever so changing. And you got to know how to change with it. You got to know how to move with it.
Exactly.
Right. You can't get mad. You can't get envy. You can't get, pissed off. You got to move with it.
You got to smile because you're being recorded, right?
Listen, and you got to smile while you're doing it, because anybody going to want to work with you if you ain't smiling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, things close, business close, record companies, get new GMs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the last move was when we signed with Cashmoney, and that was the Universal deal.
Right.
In 1997, 98. Cashmoney struck a distribution deal with Universal, like $30 million. So, that was the last move that we did, and we made some changes, member changes. We was always 4, but we added 5.
Right.
So, that was a great ride. It was. I'm still in touch with a lot of the folks in the industry. Okay. No problem. But I think we were getting older. We were getting more into the business as well.
Right.
And decided to do something different, because we've been in the industry for so long.
Right.
And again, we started out young. So my second journey was always going to be my gospel that I'm doing right now. I always knew that. I knew that even in the R&B. So if something ever goes left or something ever goes wrong, or everybody do individual projects, that will always be my phase 2.
Now, tell me this, because we had a little chat, and just so the viewers and the listeners can know a little bit more about the music industry and how it can influence you, and the mindset you have to have. So since Cashmoney was the last label, walk us through a little bit about how you were able to smile dealing with that, and what transpired. What did you get out of it? What did you gain? What did you learn about yourself? You know what I mean? Because we had a little conversation about it. So.
Well, yeah. Well, everything that us coming out on the other side, meaning the other side, meaning right now.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We're healthy. Everybody looks great. Everybody's in the right state of mind.
Right.
It wasn't about no drugs. It wasn't about no women. It wasn't about no gambling. It wasn't about being on the wrong side of the tracks. But I got to contribute everything to our spiritual advisors.
Right.
Like Mr. Stacy Harcum and Mr. Holly. Like I gotta.
Holly, shout out again.
Yeah, I have to mention those people, because God allowed those pillows, those rocks,
right,
to help guide us along the way, to help keep us from falling, and not falling, but just staying down when we fell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we slip. You know what I'm saying? Might have said a curse word here, curse word there. But it's those kind of things that helped us, having those people there to help remind us, like, you going a little bit to the left, too far to the left.
Right.
You going too far from the right. And these days, you know what I'm saying? The youth definitely, need it. And hey, we are here to give it to them.
Right.
Those of us that have been in the industry. So that kept us smiling. But then just the love of the music kept us smiling.
Right. But it's
right. It's the love of the music. It wasn't generated or orchestrated by money.
Right. Like on your end, on Brother's end, it wasn't orchestrated by money because of, the upbringing, where you came from, and the unity as far as the group is concerned. But taking Brother R&B group and going to a Cashmoney, where that's what they about. They kind of started the trend with the tees and the saggy pants, whatever. How is it that, you stay strong, from that influence of?
Well, again, not to do a reset,
right?
But have to pay homage to those men that God allowed us to be around. Well, men and women, because I got to speak about everybody's parents. I have to speak about people in the record label. Their times are different now, but even then, people cared about your well-being,
right,
a great deal as well. See, because if the artist is well, then they're going to make good music. They're going to represent the label great.
right.
They're going to represent their hometown great. They're going to be a great commodity for, music business, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, it takes a village to raise children, right? Well, we were children.
Into that.
Right. Y'all listen. It takes a village, right? It takes more than just one person to raise that son or raise that daughter or to raise that artist. Right. So if you take all the good influences that you have in your life, put them in a crock pot, and you heat it up, and you're gonna come up with a good meal.
Right.
So that was Brother. That was, us and many other groups at that time. And, it wasn't too many groups out in Philadelphia, but just two groups. And that was us and Boys and Men.
Right.
On the male side
on the male side of things, it was.
Right, on the male side of things, to be able to get to that plateau and get to that level and to be able to do something that we love to do. And we already knew what else was to come with that. Right. When you authentically do what you love to do, everything else comes with it.
Right.
The money comes with it. The fame comes with it. The meetings that you don't want to have comes with it. The decisions that you have to make comes with it. The responsibilities of handling your money comes with it. The responsibilities of you taking care of your family comes with it.
Right.
Everything comes with it. Everything. Period. You know what I mean? So, it was an awesome thing, and people always ask, and I make this clear. I really make it clear. Nothing bad happened in reference to us making a sound decision to say, you know what, it's our time to do something different now.
Right.
It's our time to do something different now. I mean, mind you, we've already been in the industry in 19, all in our 20s, and half of the 30s. So not saying that it's the end, because everybody pretty much at this point are doing something different as some way, form, or fashion in the industry.
That's good. I mean, wow, we go way back. I mean, as a matter of fact, it was Holly that introduced us, and those were my sewing days. So I used to make y'all outfits, and I go to the studio and kind of add some things, whatever. So it's like, it's crazy to be this old, because when you talk in 90s, everybody already figured out, okay, they're older.
Right.
And still be able to connect with some of the people that you worked with before. How do you feel about the industry today? I mean, today is so different, because it's where back then it was more of, I feel like it was more about the quality, I don't want to say this the wrong way. I just think that today is more money driven. Let's say it like that. It's more money driven. And I think that, and this is just my opinion, I think that, a lot of the youth just have misconceptions about what they're getting into. The contracts are different. It's just so different now, it's just more about the money than the talent. Not saying that people are not talented. I'm just saying, it's just, everything is just more money driven, by any means necessary, it seems. Different artists sometimes are a little compromised as to how image wise and how they need to portray themselves and the things they need to rap or sing about and stuff like that. So with all that being said, what keeps you, not what keeps you, because you already answered that question. Was that a determining factor in you deciding to be independent? Let's say it that way.
No. I mean, and again, just kind of piggybacking off of some of the things that you mentioned, the industry is definitely different now.
Right.
Even the people that are running the industry, they have a different mindset. They have a different energy about themselves. And again, there's nothing wrong with making money, and as long as you don't place that money as the vocal point.
Right.
See, the Bible speaks about the love of money is the root of all evil. It didn't say money, it said the love of money.
Exactly.
Right. It said the love of money. So when you're placing that above, you're caring about that more than the artist, or you care more about the money than your team. Because back then, again, it's about the love of the music and being real with it and connecting with the people and putting your great stuff out there, and everything else is going to come with it.
Right.
And having a great team, because we had a great team even then. And that's even including you, April, Livin. Yes, Alana, that's including her too. Because
thank you.
Right, this is just, not a pop-up interview, right? This is history, this is family here. So you were a part of that movement as well, genuine from the heart.
Thank you.
No, we couldn't pay you everything that you deserve, but God has paid you in so many other ways, and still paying you to today. So it's not just about the money that didn't drive us, but the industry. It's totally different. I mean, it's not so different in a way that it drove us away from the industry, because everybody's still in the industry at this point.
In some type of way.
Right, in some type of way, which is doing it our way and being independent about it. And being independent meaning we have control. That means we have to say so. That means we don't have to sit down and have a bunch of meetings and we lock heads and such and such don't understand where they're going at and the direction where they want to go, and just all of those things that you experience, and before you know it, your record is put on the shelf and people never will hear about you, because record label and the artist couldn't come to a common ground decision.
And they have to control.
They have to control. So just being at the independent state now that we're in and everybody's in, I think it's an awesome thing, because you have more to offer.
Right.
And when people see your work, y'all, people see your work, right? They're not valuing you just as they see your work. So that means you got the upper hand right now. Right. You got the upper hand.
I just want to shout out Butter, Pooh,
Yes.
Ed, Mel.
Right. Yes. All the Philly
cat. I've seen them in so many years. Oh my God.
Yes. Pooh just texted me not too long ago, and again, these guys are doing great things. I mean, Ed is still doing stuff in the industry, working with Yas from the Empire. Pooh is still doing great, some things with Glenn Jones, doing a lot of his backgrounds, and Pooh is also in the Word as a minister.
Oh, that's great.
So it's so many layers, y'all, that God had allowed us to understand about ourselves, that we had so much more to offer than just music in the industry.
Right.
So I want y'all to know that. As you continuously to develop yourself, as Paul says in the Bible, examine yourself daily. The more you examine yourself, the more you're going to be like, you know what? I am valuable.
Yeah.
I bring a whole lot to the table. I bring more to the table than what they talking about.
Right.
So not that, I'm saying, handle it arrogantly, but just be
No, it's not about arrogancy. It's about, like I talk on the podcast show, like sometimes we could start off with a certain dream and we're going in a certain direction and we're sure that that's the direction to go, and then it gets, cut short for whatever reason. But once you have a dream inside you, and once you know, okay, you have this value, you have this gift, this talent, then you just adjust. Just like now, I'm doing a podcast show. Like you said, I'm independent. I'm doing I call my own shots. I decide when I want to go on. I decide who I want to interview. I decide, you know what I mean? It's just,
right.
I don't have to worry about nobody telling me, and that is the beauty of it. That is the beauty of the growth. Let's say that the growth of learning how to smile, because you're being recorded while you're going through your journey, your dream. While you walking down that yellow big brick road, and you run into the different things along that yellow big brick road that's going to kind of stop you for a minute and make you kind of look at yourself and say,
So that's one of the things that we learned about Cashmoney, and that's what made them so brilliant and still brilliant, is signing that distribution deal is one thing, right? That's distributing your records, y'all. That's fine. But ultimately, they still had the upper hand because of their track record already.
Exactly.
So when they came to the table, y'all, when they came to the universal table, I don't care who table you come to sit and partake a meal and eat at the master table, and based off of your work, would determine how much power you're gonna have.
And back then, that's the thing. It's crazy because really, I think it was Master P that started the kind of independent revolution type of thing, where he worked those distribution deals. Let's say he probably was the first one that we kind of knew of that really got that money. Let's say it like that. And then it kind of drove other people to kind of go independent, including me. When I had my record label and stuff like that, it's just like having that, like you said, that you're the decision maker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, because people, fact about it, I mean, listen, let me just go back to 94. I got to start there. I mean, people was already doing production deals. When we were signing with Vincent, he already had a production deal, Puffy production deal. Everybody was still doing production deal. Right. That means, Vincent had artists, he had us, he had Joe, that signed with Arista, he had Into You, as I mentioned, he had Little Anthony that went to Arista, he had so many artists. So still, you still would have the upper hand to an extent, but it's based off of how you break those artists. You know what I'm saying? Puffy did Mary, Puffy did Jodeci, and by him breaking the New York clique, shout out to them, and by them breaking those kind of artists, allowed them to get that big budget, like Master P and Cashmoney. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So right now we're gonna go to one of the solo songs, I Live to Worship.
You're my comforter and friend, provider till the end. You're the reason why I live. Lord, I live to worship you. I live to worship you. You're Lord, I live to worship you.
And we're back. We're back.
Yes.
I love that song. I love that song. Thank you. What inspired you to, record that song?
Just being with God.
Okay.
Just being with God. The more time that you begin to spend with God, the more He has to show you about yourself. But that was a conversation, because if you listen to the lyrics, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
I'm just letting the Lord know. No, He's already know. Number one, He knows everything. He's omnipresent. He's omnipotent. He's everywhere. But sometimes He want to hear that and sometimes you gotta utter. You gotta utter. God, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're the reason why I do what I do, God. You're the reason why I got this job. You're the reason why I got this record deal. You're the reason why I got this house. You're the reason why I got this beautiful wife. You're the reason why I got this beautiful husband. You're the reason why I'm able to take care of my children.
Right.
You're the reason why. You're the reason why. You're the reason why. You're the reason why I live. This is the reason why I live.
Right.
I can go on, but y'all get it. Y'all get it.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to go on to your song, Stay Free.
I gotta stay free, free. Somebody wanna stay free, free indeed, free. You can get free, free and be free. I gotta stay free, free. Yeah. Free indeed, free. I gotta stay free. You meet me at the altar. Over again, heal me from my pain, freed me from my chains. Nobody but you, Lord, could have done it for me. It's by your grace that you set me free. Who the sun sets free, it's free indeed. All I got to do, it's like ABC. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. We're back.
Thought we were
Stay
somewhere.
free. Tell us a little bit about Stay Free, Solo. Like,
Oh,
I mean, the title just really
I'm-
says it, even without even looking or seeing the video or hearing the words. Like, I like that song, the energy.
again, y'all, everything is not about just scriptures, not about just throwing a whole bunch of scriptures, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's living those scriptures, it's trying to do the best that you can.
Yep.
But in John 8, verse 36, y'all, it says, he who set the son free is free indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So when literally God sets you free from some stuff, you're able to be yourself, you're able to express yourself, you're able to go far and beyond, further than you probably can ever go. Some people need to be free from relationships. Some people need to be free from habits.
Mm-hmm.
Some people need to be free from, listen, you name it. When God sets you free, y'all, sometimes you got to be free from that clique that you with, homeboy, girl.
Amen.
And when you find yourself, and when you really get by yourself and say, man, God gave me all these capabilities, I didn't even know it.
Right.
You wouldn't have known it if God didn't get you free.
There you go. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better.
I got set free.
There we go.
Hey.
Right. Now, so let's like get back to the topic for a second, like smiling because you know you're being recorded. Now, during those transitions of each label that you went to, and then the gap in between before you really made your decision, like okay, it's time to go full fledged with the whole gospel thing. How is it that you were able to keep smiling when things, you know, like tell us about a moment that you were kind of like a little down, or if you had a moment that you were a little down in between, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I have this talent, but
I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying. And I gotta listen, I have to be transparent because I know no other way. What kept me smiling and what kept us smiling is knowing how valuable we were.
There you go.
Knowing how valuable we were. I want y'all to listen to know when you know your value and who you are, who you roll with, who got your back. You're literally able to walk into whatever company, whatever job, whatever interview, whatever record company. You're able to go into the studio, and we will record 30 songs because we knew our value.
Right.
So that right there kept us smiling because at the end of the day, it's like, listen, somebody gonna say yes, and somebody gonna see our story, and somebody gonna see the vision, somebody gonna catch the vision, and they caught it. But I gotta say this, right? There was a making that transition and making that decision in reference to us growing up as young men, for everybody to do something different. That was a moment that it wasn't a big smile.
Right.
That is right. That was the moment, y'all, that it wasn't a big smile because we were going to a unfamiliar place that we haven't been in a long time.
Right.
And that unfamiliar place, y'all, was back home. Things have changed. People changed. Fact about it, we changed.
Right, because you experienced so many different things in so many different places.
Right. So there was a time that I felt down. There was a moment that I felt like, okay, what did we do? Was that the right decision? So started second guessing ourselves. That was the time, literally, that felt broken. But in those broken moments, because of my faith and because of me knowing a God, the one who rules the world, y'all, the one who's stopping the world right now, because we knew God and we knew, and I knew that's the only person that knows, that's the only person that sits high, that's the only person that knew when I was going to be born, that's the only person that knows where I'm going to be tomorrow.
Right.
That's the only person that's going to know how I'm going to provide for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my daughter in 1994. Like that's the only person.
I didn't even know you had a baby.
Yes, y'all.
1994.
Yes.
She's grown. She grown like my son.
Yeah, she's 25.
Yeah.
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All late.
Hey, listen,
What, how
Alana,
many years late? 20 what years?
listen, Alana, I'm still young. It's all good. It's
I
all
know
good.
that's right. That's what I say. Shoot.
I'm still relevant. I'm still relevant. But that was a time of being broken.
Right.
And let me get a little more transparent, and then I shut about it, and we keep on moving.
That's what this show is about, transparency. Go ahead.
Listen, when you're so used to having money, y'all, and when you're so used to buying stuff, I ain't talking about putting on layaway, y'all. I'm talking about reaching into your pocket or going into your bank account and pulling out thousands and being able to buy stuff and being able to handle your daughter or your son and making sure that money's there and tuition's there. When you're not able to do those kind of things on a big level, that's challenging.
Yeah.
That was challenging for us. That was challenging for me. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That was challenging. It makes you think about, y'all, having an average job just won't do. And I know some of y'all listening, like having an average job just won't do. I did a year in college, but going back, okay, readjusting yourself and to get back into, I hate to use this for an example, but some folks out there don't understand this. Not that I've been there, but I like to use examples. It's almost like getting back into population, y'all.
Right.
When you've been off from the streets.
Yeah.
Right. Getting back into population. When you come back into population, y'all, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But through, the King of Kings, Jesus of Nazareth, that understood and that his plan, Jeremiah 29:11, and the word says, y'all, listen, the plan that he had for us is to prosper us. That should keep us smiling.
Right.
Somebody need to read that, 29:11, Jeremiah 29:11. The plans that he had for us is not to harm us, it's not to hurt us, it's to prosper us.
Yes. And
to prosper.
You know what? Let me come off of that a little bit. The whole, because I need y'all to know, like, actually, this title, "Smile, You're Being Recorded." I was on my morning walk, and I passed somebody's house, and they had this sign out there, "Smile, You're Being Recorded," and some just said, "Take a picture of that. Use that for the show," because normally people would think, okay, smile, you're being recorded. You see the topic, oh, somebody's videotaping you. When actually God is, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me see what my child going to do in this situation. Because now, like you said, you was living good. Y'all was living good. Y'all was able to go in your pocket and just pull it out. And then now all of a sudden, let me see what they do when I strip them. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? Because I was stripped too, because you already know from me, being in music and sewing and making clothes for folk and, and all of this stuff. Being able to go to different shows and see all the artists and things of that nature, and then having my label.
Yeah, having your label.
Once I had my son, I decided, like, I want to live good. I want to really dedicate everything to God. I want to make sure I just look after my son, and I literally just walked away from everything, and that was my decision. And it was a rough road. It was a rough road, but I say, just like you got to get used to it. Not used to it, but I think that it's God's way of growing us up. It's God's way of showing us, like, okay, you still have things to smile about, but I'm going to give you a little treasure hunt and let you figure out what is left for you to smile about now that I done stripped you of your whole image and your money that you so used to, having flowing to you. What are you going to smile about now? Like what?
Yeah.
I want to see what's important to you. That's what it is. Just like this whole situation right now, this is a pre-recorded show, and right now we're in lockdown. April 2020, and everybody, majority of the people are being stripped of their image, of their finances, of their status, of everything as they know it, and everything that they were so puffed up about and proud about. Some people might have bragged about. It's just stripped away, and you don't know. There's no certainty to know where things are going now. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with your house, your car, your job, your career? Some people are in that position, and it's forcing you to see what life is really about. What are you really about? What is your value? What is your worth? And what were you attaching your worth and your value to? That's the thing.
I like what you're saying, because the thought just came into my mind. This could be a question many can answer. You know what I'm saying? Is what are you smiling about? A lot of us have been smiling on the wrong things.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right. And I say us. Right. I have to put myself into. I have to put myself into that. Right. A lot of us been smiling.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Right. About the wrong things. We've been smiling because we're in a great relationship and always getting. That's the wrong things. We've been smiling about our car, or how much money we're making, or the status, or what's behind my name,
right?
Or who I know, or who I'm connected to. You know what I'm saying? Smiling about the wrong things. It's like, okay, suppose you don't have none of that.
Yeah.
Like you said, then what? Are we able to smile about life because God gave us breath?
Right.
Right. God said, let everything that has breath praise the Lord. So if you got breath, if you still got breath, y'all, and you're breathing, right, we should be smiling. Right. That's something to smile about.
That's what I say. But I mean, it's no walk in the park, when you're so used to having.
Right.
It's definitely a huge adjustment. It's definitely a huge adjustment. But this is the thing. If you want to fight it, if you decide to fight the adjustment instead of going with the flow of the adjustment, instead of, making the alterations, as I was saying, the sewing world, the alterations that you need to make, you're just going to make it harder for yourself. You know what I mean?
Listen, a lot of us and a lot of folks now are making it harder. And again, I have to implement scripture, because that's who Solomon is. That's who Solo is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God did not give us the spirit of fear, and he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly.
Right.
So he gave us life. He wants us to have it and have it more abundantly. He don't want us to go through with a frown. He don't want us to be frowning every day, all day.
Right.
100%. I mean, we can turn that frown into a smile. All we gotta do is turn it upside down.
That's what I was going to say. It's turning that smile upside. I mean, turning that frown.
Somebody may be frowning right now. Listen, just turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Right. Don't worry about what you don't have, what you have, what you want, this, that, and the third. Just take a deep breath.
That's what
that right there is a smile.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe for a minute.
Yeah. Listen. If somebody put their hand in front of their face right now, their mouth, and just breathe. Just breathe. And you feel that air? That's something to smile about.
What?
That's breath.
That's what this whole, I don't want to be on the coronavirus, but what it do is take your breath away, as they say. you know?
Oh man.
So if like Sal said, you know, if you can feel the breath on your hand,
Yeah.
you better be
Listen, y'all better do it. Try it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is blow. Oh, yes.
So what transitioned you, like once you, like what helped you get out of that funk of realizing like, oh wow, the ride is over right now. Like, how can I get back on? Like what helped you to make the adjustments and alterations that you needed to make?
Amongst the people that I've surrounded myself around, I'm saying amongst, not just church, but I'm just saying just period. Right. Positive people just being in your circle. Because protect your space, y'all. Protect your peace.
Right.
Be careful who you allow to be in your movie theater. Ooh. Be careful of who you allow to sit into your movie theater front row. Be careful of your movie theater.
Yeah.
I think time, because time heals all wounds.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Time. Living, it took time. It's something that just didn't come overnight. It took years. Trying to understand. We worked hard to get to a certain point. We got to a certain point. Took us to where we always dreamt about getting. Enjoyed it. Saw everything, just that and the third. The industry is shrewd. So if y'all thinking that the industry is all peaches and cream, like 112 was saying, no, it's not.
You better know your business. I keep telling these young folk, hey, industry is what, 80% business, 20% talent.
Pretty much. You know? I can go just higher than that. Is 90%.
Yeah, I'm trying to come on. I'm trying to give some hope. I'd be telling them, listen, you better read some books, because you find yourself sitting on a shelf before you even get one little trailer of a song video out, you know.
But then the other thing is once you know your audience and why you're doing what you're doing,
right,
it's going to make it all better. Yes. Trust me.
Yes. And see, this is different because we didn't have all of these things. Like we didn't have the internet. We didn't have Facebook and YouTube,
Instagram,
at this point, if you come out as an artist and you're hungry and you're ambitious, there's no reason why you shouldn't build a fan base. There's no reason why, you shouldn't make some type of money, whatever like that. Like, unless you like me and you just gotta be coerced into getting on Facebook and Instagram and all those things, and not just a podcast, but you literally can take your own career and dreams in your hands at this time. Not saying it's going to be a walk in the park again. No. It's going to be some work, you know?
Yeah, you have more.
You got to put that work in, and you got to put the work in. But I say to young people, like I was talking to Verbosity.
Yes.
Earlier, they are going to be on this show. And we were talking about the fact that they're 19 and they don't have any responsibilities. Right now, it's just go. You could go. I mean, you are 19 with all of these things at your fingertip. You're talented. You're smart. You know what I mean? You are the only person that can get in your way at this point. By what you said, by allowing the wrong people in your movie theater. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like literally, they have it at the tip of their hands. You know?
Yeah, I often tell people this, and I ain't charging for this right here, y'all. Okay. I ain't charging for this, April.
Don't charge my visionary dreamers.
I ain't gonna charge y'all. I'm just gonna drop this in your spirit. The only thing that's stopping you from being a better you is you.
I say it all the time. I'm forever working on me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm, I could tell our age, we 50. I don't know if I'm older than you. I think I'm older than you, but I'm
Yeah,
50.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
It's all good, but I look younger than you. That's all that matters. But I mean, that's it. You know,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
still growing. Even at this age, my grandpa once told me, when you stop learning, you stop growing, period.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Grandpa
When
was
you
right.
stop
Yeah.
learning and feeding yourself and you decide that you want to be around a certain group of people and they are not wanting to learn more, then you're going to stop learning more, because it's kind of like you're kind of energetically combined or connected. Yeah. So unless you decide that, okay, yeah, I can have these same group of friends or folk that I be around, I can still love them and all of that and visit them, but it's time for me to go seek out some people that's doing more than I'm doing, that can help me to grow, that can help motivate me, encourage me, and push me to the next level that I'm supposed to go to. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
People get stuck, especially at our age. They get stuck, they get in the comfort zone, they get used to, okay, this is what I know, and I'm comfortable here, and I'm not willing to, I'm too old to be, you know, I'm not old, I don't feel, but a lot of people our age have that mentality that, listen, I'm too old to be starting over and meeting new people or doing new things or experiencing or getting a new skill set, you know, and therefore stunt their growth.
Yeah, listen.
Whatever blessings God has for them, they literally, they do the hurt to themselves. And I say that now, during this so-called lockdown time, is the time for people to really start smiling, to really realize, like, utilize this time to figure out, okay, what's the next step for me? Not look at it as, oh, it's haunting me, it's stopping me from doing things, but look at it like, okay, wow, what can I do when this whole situation is over? Like, what is it that I can, you know, like right now, I'm using this time. I'm like, shoot, I've been putting this whole TV show off for a while. I'm about to, let me just start filming my doggone TV shows. Yes, in the beginning, I'm going to be honest. I was like, dang, how am I going to interview people and I can't physically go and see them and things of that nature? So perfect example, I had to stop. I had to readjust. I had to do some alterations and figure it out. And what is it? We have Zoom. Okay, we're going to try Zoom out. We'll see how it turns out. Now, it might not be perfect, but guess what? You're getting the message. You're getting to see the show.
Get the job done.
I'm getting the first TV episode out, you know? So let that be some inspiration and some motivation, encouragement for you, my visionary dreamers.
It's perfect.
It's working with what you have.
Working with what you have, making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? I like what you said, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's it ain't hard. I mean, again, God is literally still doing us a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let us sit with ourselves for a minute. It's almost like he said, get in time out, because y'all don't appreciate the things that y'all have. I feel like God just literally said, everybody in time out. Y'all not taking care of this earth that I gave y'all. Y'all not respecting the animals. Y'all not treating your bodies right. You're not eating right. You're not treating your loved ones right. You're not. So guess what? All of y'all go in time out. All of y'all sit there and learn how to be friends again. Learn how to be family. Learn how to treat your body right. Eat right. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's paranoid and everybody want to get healthy. Finally.
Yeah, I mean, because,
you know?
I mean, you know, again, there's nothing wrong with being, I think earlier you used the word ambitious. But we got to be careful, y'all, with that word ambitious, because you don't want to get too over ambitious that you begin to chase the wrong things.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
You don't want to get too ambitious, y'all, that we get so caught up into chasing the wrong things. Nothing wrong with working hard, being a workaholic, and all that stuff. But when chasing the wrong thing takes precedence over God, when it takes precedence over family, when it takes precedence over just sitting with your parents or guardian or folk and just asking how they doing,
Yeah.
When they start taking precedence over all those things, you don't care about one another. You want to kill such and such because they got more than you, or you got beef with somebody because they doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Chasing the wrong thing, yo. Period.
Yep.
So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, that we all get to a place where God wants us to be at, so we can enjoy the moon, the stars, the sun, everything that God has made, y'all.
Exactly.
Man did not make it.
Even though man always want to claim a whole lot of stuff and want to try to control every doggone thing.
Want to try to take a trip to the moon and mess up the ozone, and now we dealing with y'all with stuff that's affecting us, our minds and our bodies. Hello, stay woke, y'all.
Yes.
Stay woke, youngins. Stay woke.
Try to say it all the time. I mean, everybody's waking up slowly but surely, and as I say, this is our time to smile, because God has given us a chance to have a redo. Let's say that.
Have a redo, right?
Have a redo with yourself.
Because like we can't reset. It's not a reset button that we can start all over.
Right.
Kind of syndrome. You know what I'm saying? We can't go backwards.
Only you go forward.
Right, but we can make our start over, like today.
Yes, definitely. Every day is a new beginning, because every day you get to do
new beginning.
You could start all over every day. You have the opportunity to start all over. What it is that you want out of life, what you want to do, rather it be career, rather it be your relationship, rather be your dream, your vision. Every day, if yesterday was a jacked up day for you and things didn't go your way, you have the opportunity for a new beginning if you allow yourself to. Now, if you decide that you want to just hold on and keep frowning about what happened yesterday or last week or last month, last year, then as Sal said, you're holding yourself back. You're in your own way.
Only thing stopping you from being a better you is you.
Is you. Is you. I'm right now, I'm listening to this audio book, The Art of Communication, and man, you think you know how to communicate with people, but when you start listening to other options and different things that make you think, it's like, wow, I never looked at it this way. And so that's one of the things I'm doing with my time too. I'm catching on to different audio books and listening and just while I'm going on about my day, while I'm driving or whatever, and I just
feeding yourself. Feeding yourself.
Yeah, you feed, you gotta feed yourself, between prayer, your relationship with God, growing that, and me meditating and walking and all of that stuff. It's like, guys, we gotta take this time and look at it as opportunity and not as what's the word I want to say?
It's the bottom line is just not taking this time for granted.
There you go.
But making good use of every moment, every second. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that it's only one person that can fix all this. There's only one person that can fix your life, make it better. There's only one person that can kickstart your career, y'all. There's only one person that can, it's not you, it's who's in you and who created you. That's who, and that's God, right? It's not you and your abilities. It's the abilities that God has allowed to be in you. So I think that's the biggest thing is for people to understand, every woman, every man, every boy, every girl, every race, every face, government, I don't care who you are, where you are. If you don't get that, if we don't get that in this time that we have alone, away from family, away from jobs, away from peers, away from being in the studio with 50 million cats, away from being on a corner with 50 million cats. If we don't take this time to understand, it's going to be even harder.
Yep. Because it's all a test at the end of the day. If you think about the world and all the different things, the history of the world, of the earth, and the evolution of, where we are today, and all the different things we already went through. If you talk about viruses from, the swine flu to the AIDS to the, what I'm saying, to just all these things that they kept saying, like, oh my God, and scared us, like, you can get it, you're going to die from AIDS, or you're going to die from swine flu, or you're going to die from smallpox. And many people did, but many people didn't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But each time it came, it was an opportunity for us as a collective to learn. And
I like that.
It took all of those episodes before we got to this episode. And now, as you said, if we don't learn, it's going to get worse. As it is, it's worse now because obviously not enough of us learned. So therefore, now what? We on lockdown. We on curfew. We can't see one another. We can't, you know what I'm saying? But we had warnings. All before this, we had warnings. Take care of yourself. Clean, make sure you clean your hands. Make sure you take care of the environment. Make sure we had all these warnings before this. But now we get to this and see everybody forgot about all those warnings. Why? Because we're focused on this one. And that's what happens each time. Each time something comes, we're focused on that time. And we forget about the others instead of learning from the others so that we could be more prepared. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think ultimately, if everybody just, also just take this time, and this includes me, y'all.
Oh, I always say that disclaimer. I forgot to do my disclaimer in the beginning. This show is for me too.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I heard you when you said that too on your show, right? When I listened to one of your podcasts, right? Listen, this includes me. But I'm telling everybody, if you don't just take this time out to get closer to God, I don't care what name feels comfortable that you need to go by, whether it's God, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Jesus of Nazareth, whether it's I am, whether it's Jehovah. Listen, you need to build that relationship, that genuine relationship, and place nothing above that. That relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because the end all be all, man, and everybody has to be accountable. Right. Not just keeping your hands clean.
Yeah.
If you sneeze and you cough or building up your immune system. Listen, I'm even talking about the government, y'all.
Yep. Well,
y'all know. Y'all know. Right. Y'all might be thinking it, so let me just go ahead and say it.
Right.
Even the people that's in power, places to be, not making the right decisions, y'all. That's for them too, because a lot of them have not been making the right decisions
for years,
for decades.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice.
Right. No, you might as well just cut to the chase because, as they say, listen, if they want to hide things from us as a people, they put it in a book.
Yep.
So you need to take this time out now, y'all.
Read a book.
Open up the book.
It's always there. It's between the books and the movies, it's always there. But we think the movies is just entertainment, but it's always there.
It's always there, y'all. If y'all do that in this time, I promise y'all will be stronger and better. Y'all would have
let's say we, so they won't think.
We would have. I'm sorry, y'all. Right. Again, I just said.
We already had the disclaimer, but I'm just, some people just don't get it,
But we, right? Let's take this 2020 to heart, because literally 2020 means a perfect vision, y'all.
Yes, it is. It condenses to the number 4, which means stability, structure, connecting with your
So
higher
you're about
self.
numbers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're about numbers, right?
That's communication right there from God, from the angels. People better recognize everything is connected to a number, your ID, your social security number, your license plate, everything that's connected to you is a number in some type of way, and they all mean something. The year means
they know what nationality you are just by your number.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I'm gonna leave him with this, and I'm gonna let you say something. There was a post that was going around, and it said, I know I might miss out a little bit, but I'm gonna summarize it. It was like, God said, you want to praise the sports teams, I'm gonna shut the stadiums down. You don't want to go to church, I'm gonna close the churches down. You want to praise the entertainers, I'm going to shut the doggone convention centers down. All of this stuff, like everything. And when I read that post, it was more to it. But when I read that post, it was just talking about all the things, all the distractions. Let's say that we have available to us, and it was just like, wow, yup, that is shut down. That is shut down. That is shut down. You know what I mean? And now it's like, okay, people are praying more. Literally, people are praying more, because of the uncertainty, and everything is shut down. So people that usually watch sports, what they watching reruns right about now. I mean, you think about it, even the entertainers, the sports players and all of that, they on lockdown too. So they got to sit with themselves and look at their lives as well. What's more important to them? Just like all of us do that's not into the, those type of arenas. They got to look at themselves too, so.
That goes back to what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And, you definitely put the icing on the cake with that one. But again, Paul says that we ought to examine ourselves daily, take inventory on ourselves daily. It's not about being religious, y'all.
No,
it's not about
I hate
it's not about how many times that you quote scriptures. No, me just quoting certain scriptures. I just like to intertwine that into conversation, just to give people a broader view of where I'm coming from, where Solo is coming from, where Livin is coming from. So if every day that we get up, we look in the mirror, we are examining ourselves. We brush our teeth, we examine our teeth, we do all that stuff. We make sure our sneaks is right. Like, we do all of those outer examination.
Oh,
it's time to do the inner.
Wow.
I dropped the mic on that one.
I like that one.
Poof.
I'm using that. It's like, don't copyright it yet. It's like, no. Yeah, that's true though.
Listen, it's all good.
We gotta really do the inner examination, like, for real. Let's see how we turn out. Let's see. It's like a butterfly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before it becomes that butterfly is in that cocoon. It's going through all of that transition. It sheds a few different times. I literally watched a video of a butterfly transforming into transforming. That looks very painful. It looks very painful. So right now, that's what we're going through, that pain, that transformation to come out and become this. But we have this opportunity to come out of this cocoon and become the butterfly that we were created to be. We have this opportunity, So I'm just praying that all my visionary dreamers out there,
stay strong.
You just fly, little butterfly, fly after this whole situation. You start that you are going through the cocoon right now, and you're on your last stages, because supposedly, to date, we're supposed to be reopening next month, like maybe like another 2-3 weeks or so. So
Ain't gonna happen, but yeah. You still gotta smile. You still have to smile. You still
gotta smile because it's being recorded.
Right, you still gotta smile.
Not just by the government, not just by your doggone internet box, not just by your cell phone. But
what?
Being recorded by God.
What? What?
we already recorded everybody else.
Yo, I so love what God has given you, man.
Thank you.
I love it, and
thanks.
I still not take it for granted because you have helped little me out over here in Philly, y'all. Right, she has helped me out to
thanks.
To continuously to embellish my smile. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So thank you for that.
Thank you for coming on after us going back and forth for about a year.
Hey, Tommy, right?
I'm like, wait, Sal, let me get some things in order. Let me figure out when I'm ready to bring the artist on. And now, like, you're gonna be the first one out the box when it comes, cause
Amen.
You know, and here we are. You know, I just wanted to make sure everything was divinely right and in order.
Right. Amen.
You on because there are peoples and we go way back. So and
this is your man Solo, and you're listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show. The show for extraordinary folks doing things the best way they can. Ordinary just won't do. Extraordinary is what we do.
So until next time, I love you guys. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Livin, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesoflivin.com. Until next time, this is Adion, your dream pusher. I love you guys.